fetching this storm goes. I mean, from West Virginia down towards the Florida panhandle. And so this is a major cold front that is going to continue its track to the south and east. And after it's done here in the next couple of hours, it moves out of our area of the Sandhills and then will track to areas like Greensboro, parts of Raleigh, Durham, and then highly impact them throughout the day. What that means for us, we are dealing with the primary threats today of damaging wind gusts. That's what you're seeing right now. And also there's a little bit of rotation that we saw earlier this morning that was out towards Cleveland County. Our news team is working very hard for any damage reports that are coming in from that area. Also local storm reports from the National Weather Service. They will let us know any reports of damage that are currently coming in. What's very noticeable about this storm that I'm currently watching is that its uplift is making its way towards our eastern locations. But here's Mecklenburg County. If you are across South Park of Noda area, you have Mallard Creek here as well. That storm is about to make its way through. And at this point, there's a good punch of damaging wind gusts, but also a good pocket of moderate to torrential rain. And so it does look like for York County, parts of Rock Hill, they have that severe thunderstorm warning that's going to stay in place here for the next 15 minutes. And then my friends out towards KP, Kannapolis, Concord, Statesville as well. You can see how elongated that storm system is, and it will continue its track more into areas of the south and east. Here's the latest with Storm Prediction Center. Here's the threats for today. At this point, if you're across Boone, parts of Morganton area, and sections of the Piedmont, you are kind of in the clear at this point. The line has already made its way through, and now we are in this area where we're under a level 3 and level 4. Why this has gotten so much heightened awareness, because we're very early in our severe weather season, but we just have not seen a level 4 since 2021, and so this is a rare situation. Now, the National Weather Service, about a couple of hours ago, they did put a tornado watch out towards sections of the Sandhills until 2 o'clock this afternoon. And so they think as this squall line, major squall line, makes its way through, it is going to get some enhancement. So I'm going to keep damaging wind gusts a major player in this forecast through about noon today. And then the tornado threat will keep intact for tornadoes until about 2 p.m. And then I think they will allow that to expire across our region. The flooding threat right now, as this storm makes its way through across Mecklenburg County, we're going to see pockets of torrential rain. And so torrential rain allows for ponding, hydroplaning on our roadways, and that can make for dangerous conditions. And that's why we're seeing a ton of cancellations and delays that are currently in place. What's super interesting, the National Weather Service has gone ahead and issued this winter weather advisory. Yeah, we're talking about spring this Friday, and it surely isn't going to feel like it just yet. Winter wants to make one last go of things, and you can see from Avery, Watauga, Ashe County, that advisory is going to stay in place until 2 a.m. So you have snowfall that is going to be behind this storm system. I don't think that they will expand the freeze alerts out towards Chesterfield. They are putting a freeze warning that's currently in place until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So here comes the 20s, the 30s as well. So I want to prepare you. After we deal with the severe weather, you have decreasing temperatures throughout the day. And when I see you tomorrow morning, we'll be talking about this bitter cold air for your St. Patrick's Day. And then things will start to spice up once again going into later this week. At this point, we have that severe thunderstorm warnings across the metro area of Mecklenburg County, and then sections of Statesville, Concord area. I'll rewind here just to show you guys. We're going to keep this radar up. If a tornado warning does go into place, I'll get on here and we'll track it. But at this point, if you're across Cleveland County, you are now in the clear. That warning has expired across our region. And what I'm showing you is kind of the latest that we're dealing with. Here is that band of moisture that's making its way across the corridor of I-85, and soon this pocket of heavy torrential rain will continue to track across Highway 21, 485. So if you're in Huntersville, parts of Concord, that is going to continue to make its way into your region, and then parts of Statesville, Morrisville as well, pockets of torrential rain, and Eagle Mills as well. So this is the major line, folks. This is what we've been waiting for. And then after that, you can see there's not much behind it, but we will watch some scattered storms throughout the day. So I'm going to keep this radar up for you, keep you posted if any tornado warnings start to come in. At this point, there is a severe thunderstorm warning that is capable of rotation. So me just kind of looking at this situation, here is where the band of moisture that potentially has circulation, but I can just hear on our roof that you're dealing with a pocket of torrential rain. So at this point, I need you to get down to the lowest lying area of your home. This is a safe place, not close to windows that could potentially shatter or anything that could potentially hurt you with glass or anything like that. This is moving fairly quickly, but they want to keep this in place until 10:15. So we have a long way to go with this storm system for Mecklenburg County, and it is moving at this point at 40 miles per hour. Over the plaza area, they are seeing rotation, the plaza area, and making its way north and east across our region. So I do want to make sure that we're pointing out some specific areas. Here's the metro of Charlotte, corridor of 77, and here's where you potentially would see rotation of a tornado across the region. Actually, Jeff, can you go south for me? Right here, East Boulevard. That's where they are seeing some current spin in that tornado. So just outside of South Boulevard, you have Marsh Road as well. So this is where we're seeing some indication of a potential tornado from the National Weather Service. Each scan with this situation is going to matter with the uplift. The National Weather Service is saying, here's Freedom Park, you have Point Dexter Drive, you have Park Road, we have Segfield Middle School as well. So we'll watch each scan. Each scan is going to matter. Current time 9:45, and they're going to keep this in place until 10:15. If you have friends, family across this region, highly populated, you need to make sure you're sending them a text because they need to put something over their head, right? Maybe a bicycle helmet, something to cover yourself up. This is a rare occurrence that we have a potential spin and rotation that we're dealing with across our region. So roadways, it definitely matters in this situation. Here's where I'm seeing potential of the rotation on Park Road. What would be next? You have Carolina Medical Center, but East Boulevard as well. So we'll watch the scan and watch the uplift of potential tornado that's going to make its way, continue to make its way to the north and east. Let's take a kind of a wider view out to just show the expansion of this tornado warning. So it does go into Highway 27, stretching all the way into Concord. So here's the major band. It can be very hard to see. And if you are in the path of this situation right now, all you have to do is just listen to my voice. You can go to your safe spot and we'll walk through this situation together, right? There needs to be a little bit of urgency because a tornado warning is in place. But if you just push up your cell phone, the volume up a little bit higher, I can just walk you through it as this storm continues to go through. I want to make sure you and your family are safe as this storm system pushes to the north and east. And so all you have to do is listen to my voice, but it's important that you get to the lowest lying area of your home and be in your safe spot. This is extending into Concord. So they just expired the tornado warning for the metro area. Not all of the metro area because it's moving so quickly. They allowed the polygon box to go down just a little bit, but they have issued underneath it, it's very hard to see, a severe thunderstorm warning. So in place of a tornado warning, they are now putting a severe thunderstorm warning. This is very hard to see as well. I can see a notch in the forecast. Can you zoom in just a little bit? This is where they're seeing rotation, and this is why the National Weather Service, there's the notch in the forecast where potential cell could be, and that's why they've issued it. And so that's going to continue into parts of Harrisburg if it stays together, right? But this will cross over 85 corridor. I would have to get confirmation from the National Weather Service, but just out of experience, I can see where the rotation is, and that's that's where they are saying, hey, there's a potential spin with this situation, but there's also damaging wind gusts. We've already seen earlier this morning 60 to 65 mile per hour wind flow, and so that's what we're watching. So at this point, I don't know if there's a street level across Highway 24. Can we just zoom in as close as we can, right? Dorita, that storm has just made its way out. This is the plaza. So I just read that coming in from the National Weather Service. That's where they were concerned at. And so the plaza, you have Highway 24. Here's where they're looking. This is exactly the plaza right here. So that's where that storm system would be, and it's going to continue. So current time, folks, 9:49 until 10:15. They are going to keep this tornado warning in place for sections of the metro, and then it's going to move into areas of Concord, sections of Kannapolis. We were just talking about you. And so it's important that you are getting to a safe spot into your home. Let's show the wider view, because sometimes it can be hard if you're in the plaza, if you know somebody in that area. This is 85. This is 85, right? And that's where a potential tornado currently would be across the region. The positive, not much positive in a tornado warning, but this is moving fairly quickly, and that's why they backed it off of the metro area. We still have lightning. I just heard it, right? Lightning coming down across the metro area. And so if you hear lightning at this point, you must get indoors. But also lightning stretches potentially up to 20 miles, folks. And so we want to make sure that you're staying indoors for the next 20 to 25 minutes. So here's the latest. We're going to continue to watch this situation. This is where the potential activity is happening. Damaging wind gusts, Highway 29, Junker area, the plaza. I'm reading roadways, Sandy Avenue, Reagan Drive, parts of Orr Drive as well. So each scan, what we're looking at is each scan, it matters, right? As the storm system currently is moving. So these areas, Concord, Old Concord Road as well, you are in the path of that tornado warning. And so we're watching that. Let me see what the National Weather Service, the latest. They're going to keep this warning in place for the next 23 minutes. And we'll walk you through it, right, as it continues to go through. I can kind of see the notch of where they're saying. It's right here, right? So this is breaking apart. That's a positive. Let's zoom into where that's going, right? Just 485, just outside of Harrisburg. Right? This is where potentially the notch of the tornado. So just outside of the Junker area, and that's Plaza Road exit. So Plaza Road exit, you have Newell, Old Concord Road. You're seeing damaging wind gusts as well. And so we'll watch each movement, but these are some major highways, right? 485, 85 corridor, highly impacted with lightning, along with the hail that's currently coming down. But all morning long, I've been talking about the damaging wind gusts, right? That has been kind of the biggest issue. Looking at my cell phone, I'm still with you guys. We'll walk through this as this storm continues to come through. They want to keep this in place until 10:15. They are saying at this point, a tornado was located 6 miles east of uptown Charlotte. That just coming in. A tornado was located 6 miles east of uptown Charlotte. Our team will go out. We are watching for potential damage reports or near Ready Creek Park. It is moving to the north and east at 40 miles per hour, right? So this is a quick moving storm system, and it's causing a good amount of potential debris and damage across this region, but it is moving very quickly. The National Weather Service is asking people to get to the lowest lying area, what we've been talking about for the last 15 to 20 minutes, and to take cover now. So if you are in this tornado warning path, it is important that you're taking cover now and that you are protecting your head, right? We want to make sure that you're protecting yourself and away from windows, etc., right? So we're going to continue to watch that. At this point, it's 9:53. And this is going to stay in place until 10:15. I'm actually going to step off screen just for a second. My team is helping me with this situation, storm tracking, but I want to put a storm track so we're very clear on the cities, right? The cities that are going to be impacted by this situation. So I'm going to put a storm track. Again, all you have to do is you don't have to really look at your screen, just listen to my voice and we'll keep track of this storm. Here's where I'm thinking most of that storm system is lying. Just give me one moment. Again, it's important that you're getting to the lowest lying area of your home and we'll track in where this tornado is going. It's holding together, and that's why the National Weather Service has not allowed this to kind of expire across our region. So until 10:15, parts of the metro area of Charlotte into Concord area is under a tornado warning until 10:15. Here's the latest track. Here's where I'm thinking the notch is and going to continue, right? So we have Oak Grove School. You have Harrisburg as well until 9:56, current time 9:55. Rocky River at 10 a.m. And then we have Flaws Store at 10:03. Folks, this is a fluid situation, so just be patient with me as I'm kind of watching where things are going. Just give me 1 second. Remember, you can get to an area that's very low-lying and keeping you and your family safe. Really, we're going to watch this for the next 10 to 15 minutes. There is some likelihood that the National Weather Service may expire this, but for me, it does look like it's holding together.
If you want, I can give you questions and stuff from.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. Folks, this is a team effort, right? Real life situation unfolding, and so you're seeing it as it goes. And so I'm going to read off any questions, but a tornado warning if you're just joining our live stream. We'll get on here on air and online, keeping you posted where this storm system is currently going. So at this point, the National Weather Service for the Metro of Charlotte has issued a tornado warning until 10:15. Do you have any questions that are coming in? Go ahead. And if you guys see me just looking at my cell phone, I am 100% paying attention. I'm just following it on my phone as we go, right? Me just looking at this scan, at this point, it does look like it's in Concord. If you're in Kannapolis, parts of Kannapolis, you should be getting prepared. But the bulk of this storm is in Concord at this point. 17 minutes until they are going to expire this tornado warning. If you are dealing with kind of any damage or have some kind of issue, or where are you located, let me know in the live stream and I will go ahead and answer those questions. But a tornado has been indicated by radar. Absolutely. So this is actually Harrisburg, exactly where it is. I have Tom Query Road right here across 485. This is where I'm noticing the trends of if we have any spin. At this point, I do think it's starting to break apart, but let me just kind of show you where if we are seeing spin, it would be damaging wind gusts as well. We have Orchard Park Circle, Caldwell Park Drive, Codwell Road, right? So this will be the center of this storm system. We're not showing you like the velocity, but let me just kind of look here on my phone. I am noticing winds 60 to 65 miles per hour. So that's across 85 corridor. Let me make sure that this tornado warning is still in place. Yes, they're going to keep it. And then you have this lightning that is not have been like explosive in nature this morning, but definitely something you still need to be watching out for, because what's very hard to see is that there's a severe thunderstorm warning underneath the tornado warning, right? So these storms are still feisty and something that they're watching. Any other questions? I'm gonna look on velocity. Yeah, it's Harrisburg at this point. Let's find Harrisburg. This is where I'm noticing that's where the tornado would be, right? So here's the notch. You'll hear me say notch, and that shows a little bit of indication of where we potentially have a tornado. Go ahead. Absolutely, folks. And so if you're joining us online, we're going to also go on air, kind of simulcast this situation, a rare situation that you have a tornado warning in a metroplex of the Charlotte region, along with going into the Concord area. Hi, good morning, everybody. We are dealing with a tornado warning that is across the metro area of our Charlotte region, and that tornado warning is going to stay in place until 10:15 current time, 10 a.m., and it's stretching into the Harrisburg area, sections of Concord. What that means for you, if you're joining us online, on air, all morning long as these tornado warnings were coming through, all you have to do is listen to my voice, turn up your cell phone, turn up your TV. It's important that you're getting to your safe spot, because we're not watching something. We're currently in a warning, and I want to make sure you and your family are safe as this storm is coming through. The National Weather Service has indicated in the metro area of the plaza, they saw rotation and spin, and that's why the tornado warning was issued. However, that has moved very quickly, and now we're seeing Harrisburg. You are where the potential tornado is currently lying. It is moving at a speed 35, 40 miles per hour, so moving very quickly, but there's a good amount of lightning that's associated with this, right? If you hear lightning, you must get indoors and stay indoors for the next 20 minutes. So they have let the polygon box go. The tornado is now, if we have any spin, that's currently on the ground in Concord, right? So that's the latest situation where this storm now has split apart and has moved. Each scan, it matters in this situation with a tornado situation, and so each scan definitely matters. I'm looking at my cell phone just at the velocity and the wind situation. It is up to about 40 to 50 miles per hour. And anything that's coming out positive with this situation is that it's moving fairly quickly. So if you're in Concord, can we zoom in? I'm sorry. Zoom into the Concord area. I want to make sure any streets that are across this region, Union Street, I have parts of Rosehaven Street, Virginia Street Southeast as well. So that's Highway 73. And that's where, if we have any spin, it is currently happening. I am noticing on our velocity maps, I don't see a couplet situation where the greens and the reds, they're touching. So I think this is more of a straight line wind damage situation. And I know tornadoes kind of get the hype in severe situation, but straight line wind damage can do the same damage as a tornadic situation. And so that's what we're watching. Each scan, it matters. We'll walk you through. Its current time is 10:03. I do not think that they will expand this, but this is where it's currently settling. They have allowed this polygon box to go to Highway 601 as well. So here's where the storm is, but they've kind of expanded this towards the south as well. The metro area no longer in a tornado warning, but just about 15 minutes ago, we had our first tornado warning for the metro, and I will have to go back and look at record books for that situation. Highly populated area, and so we'll watch for any damage reports that start to come in. If you're not in that tornado warning area, we are still dealing with severe thunderstorm warnings across our region. So again, no need to kind of watch the screen, just listen to the screen, especially if you're in areas of this region where that tornado warning is in place. This was the major player, folks. That's the major squall line that we've been hearing about social media and us talking about the last 5 days at this point. That is the major player, and there's really nothing behind it, right? We're going to watch for some scattered storms later on today, and then all of this. There's the backside, right? And there's the cool air that's going to be taking place behind this storm system. So we are really just kind of focused on, at this point, this tornado warning. That's going to stay in place for the next 10 minutes. This is a very fluid situation. If you're watching us on TV, on air, just my amazing team that is doing such a fantastic job. You have questions.
Power outages.
Power outages.
Just north of Charlotte in that Derrida area, over 1,000.
Okay, so we're seeing power outage reports starting to come in for the metro area, about 1,000 reports currently. I know temperatures are going to start to fall, 2,000 total across our 22 counties.
No,
Just Mecklenburg County, 2,000. So I know our Duke Energy is going to be on it today, but we have falling temperatures. And so that's going to be a major concern with this front kind of coming through and allowing our temperatures to kind of clash as well. So right now, again, if you're just joining us, a rare situation unfolding, tornado warning in place for sections of Concord into Flaw's store. And whenever we have a tornado warning, folks, we always kind of go wall-to-wall situation, and we want to be there with you as this starts to continue to unfold, right? So the National Weather Service has issued this until about 10:15, and in another 10 minutes, hopefully they will allow this to expire. If a tornado is currently circulating on the ground, which I'm not seeing circulation, I am noticing this batch of moisture that's about to be out of the polygon box is moving towards the east and north and east across 73 corridor into Cold Springs, and that just moved out. So Jeff, this is where the tornado, I believe, is, or potentially moving into the area. And so I do think that they will allow this to expire here, but we'll continue to watch this. Rocky River, as well as Drake Mills Lane Southwest in a Rocky River Road. Potentially, that's where you're kind of seeing straight line wind damage or any rotation that potentially is happening across your region. So again, we've had about 2,000 customers that are without power. We have airport delays, a ground stop that happened for the Mecklenburg County, Douglas, airport. There's a ground stop, and so if you have a flight out that way, make sure you're checking on that situation. So here's the latest from the National Weather Service. They're gonna keep this in place, but me just looking at this and out of experience, this is trying to kind of fall apart. And the major squall line, let's kind of show the line as a whole. Still, if you're not in this tornado warning, you have Rock Hill. I have sections of South Park, right? You have Kannapolis, Salisbury. At this point, there's the line, and it's going to continue to push into parts of Greensboro is up next. Look at Greensboro. Just outside of Greensboro, a tornado warning now happening as well. All of this moisture, if you have family and friends, I know I will be calling my family in Raleigh right after this because that entire storm is going to head that way. And then after that is the backside of this moisture, right? So we're not done kind of with the, even though the frontal passage or the main player has crossed the region, the backside is going to allow for more scattered storms throughout the day, and then that colder air that will continue to filter in. Current time, 10:08. If you're joining us on live stream or on air, we are watching a tornado warning that just impacted Mecklenburg County, the metro area of our region. Rare situation unfolding. Still seeing these heavy downpours across 485 into Pineville, Matthews area. You're seeing a pocket of moderate to torrential rain as well. Providence, I see you. Clear Creek, you have torrential rain currently coming down. What I'm not seeing on this radar is an abundance of lightning, right? So that's a positive as well. Severe thunderstorm warning into Monroe County. All of this moisture is going to make its way, into Monroe. And eventually allow you to see some lightning as well. So at this point, here's the tornado warning, 10:09. They're going to continue to watch this. This is what they're thinking at this point, where that kind of brown dot is about to cross over 601. We're going to get down to kind of that street level just to show you Rocky River Road. It's been sitting there for a good 5 minutes at this point. Silver Fox Circle. They just expanded something. I'm sorry, can you go back out? They've just expanded something. Yes, okay, they've expanded the, I believe, tornado warning. Let me double check on my phone here, just to make sure. Sometimes these polygon boxes, they can get a little bit confusing. No, what they did was they expanded the severe thunderstorm warning. So underneath Concord, part of Mount Pleasant, you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're not in this very small polygon box where the tornado warning is, they have expanded the severe thunderstorm warning, right? So I'm just looking on my cell phone where I potentially could see a tornado spin. I just don't see it, folks. I do see straight line wind damage. So sometimes the National Weather Service, out of precaution, they will continue to allow these warnings to just continue, and it's a smart go of things, because you don't know if it's going to get more aggressive or kind of die out in nature. So I'm just trying to confirm that they are not going to kind of extend this situation. Remember, in these situations, excuse me, go ahead.
The weather chat.
Mm-hmm. Say that again.
The weather chat, that's what we're looking at.
Got you. We're looking for any damage that's currently coming in. At this point, it does look parts of Stokes and Patrick. There was possible spin in that tornado, and so that's where we were watching. Okay, so we'll watch this here for the next couple of minutes. Just joining us again, tornado warning impacted the metro area of Charlotte. It's a rare situation. I'll have to go back and look in record books or climate situations to see the last time we had a tornado warning, but this just does not happen. This was an aggressive storm system. And with tornado warnings, especially in a highly populated area, we want to make sure we're walking through with you as the tornado is coming through. And so if you're wondering why we're still on air or on your live stream, folks, everything about meteorology and tracking the weather is to help save your life as severe weather rolls through, right? And so we want to make sure until this expires that we're keeping you safe. Here was the line of storms. We've been on since 5 a.m. talking about this huge cold front that not only impacted our region, but has been stretching up from northern New England down towards Florida, right? And so that's why you're seeing tornado warnings out towards southern Georgia, parts of South Carolina. We've seen it. But what you need to know after we get over this severe threat that I'm forecasting should be done here by 11 o'clock in most of our region is now you have the backside, right? There's some backside moisture, and you can see it from St. Louis to Cincinnati right now, that it's a lot of colder air now it's going to run into. So even though we're done with the storm system, I don't want anyone to be caught off guard. We are going to be watching the cold air, 20s, 30s, and then you have snow that's going to be impacting the high country. Can we zoom back in? I see another tornado warning. That's not for our region, sorry. That's not for our region. I was looking at Winston-Salem. Winston-Salem now in a tornado warning. So just outside of our region. And so those are our friends up there. We're going to be watching that tornado warning, which is super expansive. If you have family and friends from Greensboro across 74 corridor, we'll be watching them as well. Here's the latest scan. A new scan just came in. 601 highway. It's out of Concord, but here's the storm system that we're currently watching. Flo's Store is an area that potentially is dealing with that tornado warning. 601 highway into Highway 49 as well. So if you're in these areas, Georgeville, Barriers Mill, into Flo's Store. That's potentially where you're seeing the rotation. 1014, so we'll see here in the next minute or so if the National Weather Service is going to allow this to expire. There it is, right? I said it. There it is. They have allowed this to expire. Let me give you a recap. Just because the tornado warning is over doesn't mean we're done with severe weather today. We still have this line that is giving away for a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings. Here's 85 corridor, right? And it's extending down towards Rock Hill and the Monroe area. And so we still have a ways to go for that line to be fully finished. But next up, you can see it's already starting to happen. They're dealing with an outbreak, Winston-Salem, parts of Greensboro into 285, and all of that moisture is going to head towards Raleigh-Durham, right? They are going to have a high impact event because usually when you're talking about these fronts, they lose their force. This one's not. It's actually gaining momentum. And so that's why the concern this afternoon is going to be out towards our eastern locations of RDU, parts of the beach areas. If you haven't heard, DC, parts of Virginia as well. So we're not completely in the clear with this storm system as it continues to gain momentum. Folks, we're going to stay on air. We're going to stay online for you throughout the day to make sure you and your family are safe as this very strong front continues to make its way through. I'm going to keep up radar for you as well as if I see any more tornado warnings start to pop up across our region. Of course, I'll get back on here and we'll track it together. At this point, if you are in your safe spot and you were just listening to my voice, I am giving you the clear to come out of that safe spot, and we should be good as this first wave of storms has now made its way through, and now we'll watch scattered storms throughout the day. Stay with us.